And so you guys have the EP coming out in a couple of months. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's a live EP. I don't know. I don't know why. Our management, well, we have awesome management, and they give us directives, and whenever we take them, it always turns successful. So,
well, there you go.
So that's a good thing. So whenever they make a directive, we'll take it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the first track has been made available. Get Out of the House, the live version.
Get out of the house. Get out of the house. Get out of the house. Get out of the house.
The COVID song.
There you go. That's a good way of looking at it. That's probably about right. Yeah. Where was it recorded and when?
It was recorded just before COVID-19 hit, and we were touring with Hunters and Collectors. It's in Melbourne. It's called the Red Hot Summer Tour, and we were doing that.
Right.
And we just decided to record stuff as we were going, and put a live EP together. It's been a while since we've done anything like that, but I always think, why? You know what I mean? But fans like it, so we'll do it.
Yep. Well, I mean, you've been in the band for what, 30 plus years. The music business has changed a little bit over the time. So,
people. Well, record companies don't interfere with you anymore like they used to. I mean, in the old days, it was big money making, and consequently, there were people that were in it that shouldn't have been in it. People that shouldn't have been in it weren't in it.
Right.
It was lots of interference, from people that had no idea. Management were the same. They were always beholden to record companies because of advances and stuff.
Right.
But now it's a lot clearer now.
Very good.
So there's no middle person.
Because Get Out of the House was on this album originally, right?
Yeah. That's old.
Yep. Well, so am I. So there you go.
I'm 67. Don't worry.
I'm 66.
You're a little fella.
That's right. Thank you for that. Yeah. Well, so some of the, I assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the stuff that you're referring to about the record business and the people who were probably dealing with the band when the CD came out back in, was it 87 or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, in the early 80s, it's just with the amount of interference from record companies and execs and stuff, it's astonishing that a lot of good music came out.
Right?
It was almost stifling, to a lot of bands. You had to really stand your ground, and one of the reasons we didn't really make much headway in the overseas, especially in America, was because of that. We stuck to our guns and we would be put into too hard basket.
And obviously the reason that I have this CD is because, as you can probably tell by my accent, I'm originally American. So that's how I got it. And this was
really?
Yes. So this was kind of the album that was going to make you big in the States, right?
Apparently. Well, the tour was all booked and everything. And it was just a lot of confusion and a lot of crosstalk that kind of just like I said, we just got put in the hard basket.
Right.
And we're not a hard band to work with. We're pretty easy.
Right. And they actually brought in Jimmy Iovine to kind of produce a couple of tracks to give it a boost or something. Is that what happened?
Again, see, it was, there you go. It's like record companies, some big producer says, "Oh, I'd like to have a crack at that." It's already been recorded. I mean, it's okay to what Jimmy Iovine did, but it's not remarkably different.
Right.
And so again, it's like let's spend $120,000 to get you to America to record 2 songs, and which have already been recorded and released in Australia, and it just made no sense. Some of that stuff just made no sense to us,
Yep.
But we were young and we would have traveled. I've never been to LA, so yes, here we come.
And what was it like when you first went?
It was great. I loved it. The second time we went to record the next album was during the riots. During the Rodney King riots, yeah. And we were in Hollywood, and we fucked off to the Big Sur because I'd never seen guns and stuff. People shooting from roofs and stuff. It was crazy. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
So what
I love Puerto Rican, so I was happy.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. So what's kept the band together through all this then?
Oh, I think inevitably you become friends. You know, if there's no backstabbing, if you can get through the first 10 years without killing somebody, because it's pretty hard. It's pretty tough in the beginning, lots of touring. But I think we just became good friends, and I mean, we stopped. We went on quite a long sabbatical for about 15 years, not doing anything. You know,
Right.
And then probably got back together about 5 years ago. But yeah, you know, we all went and did our own things. Pete's recording, and Richard's recording and producing. Maz plays drums with a whole bunch of different bands, and yeah. So once we got a chance to do some of that, and yeah, back together again. It's good fun.
Yeah. So since we're here in New Zealand, do you have any fond or opposing memories of touring and playing here in the land of the Great
played there
White Cloud?
No, I love New Zealand. I mean, the first time I ever saw Blue Rivers, for Christ's sake, you know, the river was actually blue. So we had to stop and have a look at it. Apparently, that's some chemical thing. It's not. And we toured there with Ice House. We went all around New Zealand, and it was fun. We did a couple of our own shows as well. I've been there a couple of times with John Stevens. We're hoping to hopefully come back and do some work there, because I really love it. You know, I just love the country, and people are nice.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
you aim to please.
You kind of have to be, yeah. We're all stuck on an island together, so there you go.
Well, we're a big island together. So.
That's true. Yeah. That is true. Look at it that way. So once the EP is out in February, what's the plan? Are you guys? So you're going to hit the road?
Oh, we're on. Yeah, we're actually rehearsing this evening to start a very long tour, which goes to the end of May.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff. Well, a lot of stuff was during COVID has been rescheduled for this year. So all the Red Hot Summer stuff is probably about 20 gigs, big festivals. So that's happening. Then there's a couple of our shows that we had to reschedule. So yeah, between the two of them, we're pretty much booked out till May, which is good fun.
That sounds all right. So when you rehearse, what band that's been together for 30 years on and off, what's to rehearse? What happens?
You'll be surprised what gets. Well, you know, we're actually going to go out on the road with ourselves, which we were doing before COVID hit, and we had to stop, of doing an entire, I think, an hour and a half, hour and 75 minutes set, starting acoustically and doing some of the tracks that we've never played live before.
Right.
And I don't know whose stupid idea that was, because it was really difficult. It was really difficult.
I assume it wasn't your
idea. So we have to rehearse that. It definitely wasn't my idea. It sounded like a nice idea until you start having to learn lyrics that you've never sung before.
Right.
And Peter Farnan is the main lyricist, and some of his lyrics, you know, they just don't follow.
Right. You just need to have him standing behind you, kind of whispering them in your ear.
Pretty much. Or he gives you that this disdainful look of, I think you just fucked up then. You know? Really? Oh, it's called artistic license. Yeah, so we have to rehearse for that. We're doing a big show at the Melbourne Crown Casino on the 10th of December, which is this long winter thing. And our fans kind of expect a lot, you know. It's for what we are living, for the stuff that's around today, fans expect a lot, the old people. Right. You know, I wish they were young and they wouldn't expect very much. It's just press the button and off we go.
And do you expect to kind of interact with the fans when you hit the road again? Or is COVID
you have to,
kibosh on it?
No. I refuse not to do that. I mean, it's just part of that. That's one of the reasons I'm in a band, is not because, I mean, I'm a terrible musician. I prefer being on stage, and I miss that a lot. So I'm just really looking forward to actually being on the stage in front of people.
Right.
Which is funny for coming from a shy person.
Well, it's probably the one place where you don't get to be shy. So there you go.
Yeah.
And so we got one track. Are we going to be drip fed more songs from the EP, or are they all coming out at once?
Gotta hope not, because I hate getting drip fed. No, I don't think so. I think once the tour starts, we'll just smash it out and out it comes, you know, and then see what happens with that. But there's talk of another album, of a new album.
Right.
So far, let's see what happens with the songwriting.
Are there new songs in the works?
There always are new songs in the works, but not as a band. We're all kind of different. We're all separate songwriters, and we get together at a little bit of pre-production and nut out things, you know. look, I got this bit, I got that bit. See what
Right.
happens. So I'm game for it. It's just whether people could give a fuck, you know.
Well, you'll
But
find
a
out.
bunch of old, well, you know, a bunch of old guys putting an album on. It's like, well, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, just because you're old doesn't mean you're not. You can still write. And,
Seems to work for Bob Dylan. So what the heck? And he's 80.
yeah, that's Bob Dylan.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I suppose. All righty. Well, hopefully you'll come to New Zealand when things open up and come and do a thing over here as well.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, that'd be great.
Very good. Well, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Marty. Appreciate
All right.
it too.
We'll see you. Have a good one.
Bye bye. Thanks.